What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Last week I was in a Dodge Charger SXT. That is the base trim with the V6, and unfortunately I was not able to drive that one. This week, thanks to Executive Dodge Jeep Ram here in Wallingford, Connecticut, I'm here with the 2021 Dodge Charger Road Track, or RT as it's more commonly known, and this one is the Daytona Edition. Now, that Daytona name comes from Daytona Beach and the racing heritage behind the Charger. They started off with the Charger 500 for NASCAR, and that one was kind of a flop. The Daytona Charger succeeded that one. That one was actually so dominant that NASCAR ended up changing the rules and essentially banning the Daytona Charger. Now, this one here, this Daytona Edition, is more of an appearance and convenience package, but it is a nod to that racing heritage. So let's go ahead and take a look and see what we've got. First off, from the side here, we're looking at about 200 inches long. This is the most usable muscle car for sure. Down here we are in 20-inch rims, no matter which RT you choose. Because we're in the Daytona Edition, we're looking at low gloss granite crystal. That is the color of these wheels. Now you can get a performance pack, which gives you a high performance suspension as well as big black Brembo brake calipers, 4-piston Brembos. This one obviously does not have those. You can actually even option to get those red for another $600 on top of that performance pack if you'd like. If you plan to drive this thing hard, I would definitely get those upgraded brakes, because the last thing you want to have issues with is stopping quickly. Taking a look at these mirrors, these are heated and they have memory settings, blind spot indicators, thanks to that Daytona package. Coming around front, these are the bifunction high intensity discharge lamps here, thanks to the Daytona package, and of course we've got the badge there. Nice aggressive front end, very recognizable as the Dodge Charger, of course, and the fog lights down low. Nice big Hemi badge on the top and a little hood scoop there, some venting. Popping open the hood here, we've got the big Hemi V8 here. This is the 5.7 liter V8, naturally aspirated, produces 370 horsepower, 395 pound-feet of torque. Definitely plenty of power to get this 4,300 pound ball of muscle moving. Now, if that just isn't enough for you, you can go up in the trim levels, get that 392 Hemi, produces 485 horsepower, or if you want the Hellcat, you can get it supercharged. And listen to that nice supercharged whine. Probably gonna have to talk your way out of some tickets if you get that one. That one gives you 707 horsepower. Got another Daytona badge back here, and this black boiler. Nice subtle look to it. Really classy look back here with the black badges in this high octane red. You notice a different exhaust here. It's got the round exhaust versus the SXT, and had that kind of parallelogram thing going. See your backup cam there. Pop open the trunk here. 16.5 cubic feet of space. That is a ton of space here in the sedan world. Space for days. You can get the optional spare down here, but this one obviously does not have one. A little bit of venting over here as we come into the back seats. All right, hopping into the back here. This is a mid-size sedan, 40 inches of leg room here, which is definitely nice. A little bit of hard plastic, but soft leather there in the middle. Alcantara seats, Alcantara suede with leather on the sides. Pretty comfortable place to be. We've even got heated seats back here, thanks to that Daytona package. Always nice to have in the winters. Very usable, very comfortable space to be. There are your heated seat controls. Plus this pops down here. Got illuminated cup holders, because why not? And a little bit of extra space. Coming up front here, there's your memory mirrors. Auto headlights, interior dimming. Brake is a foot brake. Power adjustable passenger and driver seats here. Cup holders, a little bit of extra space, auxiliary, and USB. This one does have the 8.4 Uconnect, that's standard. There is no bigger or smaller one. This one does have the nav system as well, so you've got that 5-year Sirius XM, which is included in that. Definitely nice to have. Driver ventilated seats, that's a big plus here. Heated seats as well. Heated steering wheel too, really nice in the winter. This is easy to use, definitely. I wish that the driver heated and ventilated seats and steering wheel were not buried in this system. I wish they were down here. They were hard buttons, but not. But I'm just glad that they are here for sure. Daytona badge over there. Daytona badge on the seats again. Alcantara with the leather trim. Nice bolsters. Feel pretty good here. Paddle shifters on the steering wheel. Automatic transmission only in this one since 2006. Up here, same as the SXT. Scroll through your information with the buttons on the steering wheel. Nice big backup camera there with the lines that turn. Notice we've got Harman Kardon here. The upgraded sound system in this one is Harman Kardon as opposed to the SXT, which had Alpine audio. Push button start as well. Okay, let's go ahead and take this thing for a drive. Remember that foot brake. Here we go. Alright, so this one does not have the high performance suspension, so I expect it to be a little bit of a softer ride. And if we did have that, but at the same time, we don't have those big Brembos, so the stopping power might not be quite the same there, but we also don't have a Hellcat engine, so hopefully it's enough to handle this monster here. To have lane keep assist, I can see on here we've got some controls here for that, as well as the adaptive cruise. This is a big car. I'm used to my GTI, which is much smaller, but again, it is a big usable car. Plenty of space in here. While this may be a muscle car first, it is certainly comfortable, and it certainly has plenty of space. It is definitely the most usable muscle car out there. Good responsive paddles there. It's not too jerky. Some of the other stuff I've driven recently, you downshift and it kind of jerks. This one's really smooth. It's actually also pretty quiet in here. You think with that big V8, it's front engine still, that V8 is right in front of us. You expect it to be kind of loud, but it's really not too loud in here, which depending on what you're using it for, it could be a plus or it could be a minus. You know, having my kids in the back, I might like it to be kind of quiet, but you know, it would be nice to get a little bit more of that V8 sound in here. I hope at least the Hellcat with the supercharger, I hope you can at least hear that whine. This being a muscle car, you kind of expect it to, you kind of have to expect the visibility not to be too great, but it is also a sedan, so the visibility really isn't all too bad. This thing can get up to speed pretty nicely. I like that my lane keep assist is a warning on here. It just kind of lights up. It doesn't start beeping and shoving you back into the lane. That can get a little annoying for sure. Whereas this is a lot more subtle, but it still grabs your attention. The ride in here is really pretty smooth. Again, like I mentioned, this does not have the high performance suspension. I imagine that one is going to be a lot stiffer than this one. This is really a comfortable ride. This is a nice big car, comfortable ride. You almost forget that it's a muscle car until you try to go stick your foot in it, or you look at it from the outside and you remember, oh yeah, this thing has a big old V8 in it, and it looks really nice and aggressive. A little bit of roll there. Not too bad considering this thing is 4,300 pounds. This isn't quite the track monster that the original Daytona was, This is definitely a much more subdued version, but you still do get that nice big V8, and you can feel it working. Again, you can't really hear it working too hard. There we go, we got a little bit of noise there. But you can definitely feel that this thing can put some power down. Now the RT starts around 38 grand. This one is up around 50 grand with all the options and packages added to it. It's actually on sale for 47, but the MSRP is right around 50. So if you're looking for kind of a big muscle car, but you got passengers that don't like to eat their knees, or you know, you got kids, big kid seats are getting bigger and bigger, this is definitely a good way to get a big V8, still have a nice comfortable ride, and really still has that nice aggressive look and a little bit of extra performance. Again, I'd probably get that performance pack. That's about $1,600. It also gets you the D-shaped steering wheel along with those 4-piston Brembos, and the high performance tuning and the high performance suspension. Harman Kardon system sounds good. Got the Wi-Fi hotspot. Again, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, really, that's pretty much all I would use this for. I mentioned having that stuff buried in the infotainment. A much more comfortable ride than I expected. This is a big car. It doesn't feel quite as daunting as the Challenger did, but this is an upgraded version, or this is an updated one, because that was a 2011, I believe. It was really tough to see out the back. This one, at least you have the camera here, the rear view camera, in the Uconnect system, and the visibility in general is way, way better in this one. The steering is certainly light, but it does have a little bit of resistance to it. It feels pretty good. Handles well, considering how big it is. Muscle cars aren't exactly known for their handling, but for what it is, it definitely handles pretty well. And if this is your daily driver, could probably handle some back roads. Plus, you've got the proper drivetrain, rear wheel drive, as it should be. You cannot get this one in all-wheel drive. Only the base models with those V6s come with the all-wheel drive system. Actually handles that U-turn pretty well. It's a lot tighter than you'd think it would be. You can handle a turn a lot tighter than you'd expect, being so big. Overall, a comfortable place to be, a fun place to be. I would definitely have a fun time driving this thing around. And I've got kids, they would fit in the back easily, no problems. Even when they're 18, they'll still fit back there. Big V8. Nice sound system, all the creature comforts. It's got that Daytona package. I like all the badging there. I think they styled this car well. I think that overall, it's a very solid car. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Thanks again to Executive Dodge Jeep Ram here in Wallingford, Connecticut. And if you have a car for me, jason@manual-cars.com. Obviously does not have to be a manual. This one is an automatic with the paddles. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.